Walmart, they purchased, I think, 70,000 VR glasses and provide education for 1.5 million employees. And they get results, something like 70%.
How difficult would it be to build like a metaverse experience around an online course? So to build like a 3D version of a Teachable, for example, is that something? I mean, if we are moving towards 3D, right, virtual reality, then that seems like a very obvious step for me to go from like a two-dimensional platform like Teachable, like all the software that's out there nowadays, to like a 3D learning experience. Have you seen any examples of that, or not yet?
So first of all, that's very easy. I mean, you can get the demo version in 1 hour. You don't need the coding, you don't need special skills, you don't need powerful PC. You just need a browser and a laptop and kind of a try. So basically, I can say very important things for the education. uh, we all know that gamification it's changing the experience of the education so much, so
Yeah,
there are nothing compared to it. It's like that's one of the most effective way to educate, it's through the gamification. And
yeah,
if we understand that the metaverse it had a entertainment and gamification in the core, so it's one of the most important tool.
yeah,
It's leading us to the obvious answer. So if you are experimenting with new tools for the education, so you need to try the metaverse. Even the simple demo, like a white cube space, some I don't know the planet Earth, then some kind of three-dimensional object if you're talking about in your course, and some
yeah,
simple game. And all this bring the audience. Okay, I'm doing something cool. They will record it in the stories because that's the first experience in the metaverse they will get. Most of the people still never try the metaverse,
yeah.
so all this will lead to the kind of to the like changing of experience. You better memory the all
Yeah.
you get there. I'm not the person to telling you this. Of course, you know this. I'm
Mm.
just confirming to you that yeah, the metaverse had this role and have these tools to deliver these experiences.
Have you seen any education companies that are already using the metaverse?
I need to check to be specific to name,
Yeah,
but of course I saw a few companies doing the three-dimensional worlds to educate even at scale. I mean, not
yeah,
but like internally for the companies. You know, when you need to do onboarding or you need to provide instruction for fire safety guideline and everything, because this stuff already in use for years, even up like maybe tens of years for industries, for oil industry, for all industry with the money. They tried this VR
yeah.
education many years ago, and they benefiting from this. There are like for the Walmart, they purchased I think 70,000 VR glasses and provide education for 1.5 million employees. And they get results, something like 70% increase in a final test passing like a
Yeah,
score.
so this is really interesting. Could you maybe send me some links or some, some those examples that we were just talking about? Send me some links about where I can read more about that, because I'm just trying to envision what the future of online education is going to be like, and I think, yeah, doing some research on what has already been done and proven to work in industries with money, like the oil industry that you just mentioned, or with
Yeah.
companies that have money, like Walmart. Yeah, that could give me some inspiration for, for some of the work that we do, I guess.
Sure,
Um,
I promise to send you at least three links to the big, yeah, these are big samples, and maybe one with a small sample, just to keep
uh-huh.
it kind of in a way that's accessible, to feel accessible.
So, how much? The final question, right? So, how much would it cost to build your own virtual world? And of course, it's going to depend on 110,000 factors, right? But let's say we want to keep it simple. I want to have a virtual classroom
Yeah,
where, I don't know, people can sit in the room and they can see me speak, and there is like a video screen. Basically, just something like Teachable, but then a 3D environment. Is it $1,000? Is it $10,000? Is it $100,000? Like what? Can you give us an idea of the pricing of how that works?
Sure.
Or
Let's
maybe
go.
we need to pay like a subscription, to somebody
Yeah.
like you who builds it. Like how does that work?
Yeah, there are two options. First, you'll go and try to build it by your own.
Yeah,
And let's be very specific and with numbers. Okay, you can go to
yeah.
Sketchfab and purchase a model of the classroom around $20. So that's the first. Then you need to enter one of the metaverses. You can try Arrowhead or any other. That's not the point here. And you can basically upload the model here. It will come your space and context.
You
And
mean like
then
on your own website, or where exactly do you upload that
uh,
file?
you can upload it to one of the metaverses. I mean, starting from August 1st, you can do that on Arrowhead. I mean, you can log in and upload this model to the your kind of a CMS
Okay.
system,
So
and
you
it's like
have
a website.
so you have this JPEG, but then for virtual spaces, right?
Yeah, three
As we
dimensional.
discussed
Yeah,
earlier on in this interview, and then you have to upload that on a platform that supports that file type, right?
correct.
And well, I guess there are many platforms who support
Yeah,
that, and
yeah.
you're
There
now
are
building your own.
Yeah, there are not many. I
Oh, okay.
mean, there are still a little bit like a blue ocean, this
Yeah.
kind of a market situation, and so that's it. So that's the beginning. You have your space, and then you are free to add any items inside. So, for example, you bought and you build or you draw or you ask someone to build a new three-dimensional object, and you are free to basically drag and drop it, almost like a drag and drop it in your space, and then you need to click and generate the link. That's it. So the cost for this was $20, as we discussed, and
Yeah.
that's easy. But if you're talking about the custom-made solution, when some of the clients asking us to build a metaverse, so it's more like a 30,000, 50,000 US dollars, meaning that we'll start working with Meta Architect. It's a very big cost, right? They build a professional space with all the kind of textures and everything. Then there are different costs for the creators who will bring the models there, who will create the avatars. Avatars is extremely expensive. We're talking about the high quality rig and everything. So if you're talking about the business scale, so it's more like a 30,000 US dollars for the metaverse, and it will be like yours for a year. So you're free to use it in any purpose you want, and it will be delivered under the white label, as I said, so under your website. So it's strange, but the price is really from 20 US dollars to 50,000 US dollars.
Yeah.
And in both cases, you get your metaverse.
All right, so let's say we do that, right? So we pay 50K, we build the metaverse, our own virtual space, and then of course we need to sell course tickets, right? So we sell that, we collect the money, and then how do we give the user access to that space? Like, can everybody just enter, or can we make it in a way that only people with a certain with the ticket, people who have bought enter, and then can they communicate with each other? Can they see each other in that space? How does that work?
First of all, yes, you can apply a ticketing system. We even have a gated access for the Web3. So if you decide to go to the Web3 part, so imagine I bought a course and I get this unique NFT, and this NFT allow me to enter specific worlds. And what is most importantly, that was a part of the conversation with Vitalik Buterin, who is a founder of Ethereum,
Ethereum,
and
yeah.
he recently posted a saying that imagine that you graduate at Harvard. And imagine you get a unique NFT confirming the fact that you graduate from Harvard, and it's connected to your wallet, and you can't transfer this. So he answering this kind of he asking this you bringing this conversation, sorry, about kind of connecting the facts to the blockchains and
Yeah.
connecting this to the personalities. And but it's not that he is saying that it will be the future of the firm. He just bringing
Yeah.
this conversation.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
that's why, yeah,
Just
yeah.
It's just something that Ethereum could do. But on the other hand, it could also be as simple as you buy something on, I don't know, PayPal, and then there is like a PayPal integration in the thing that you build that could also do the job, right? It doesn't necessarily have to go through the blockchain.
In general, yes, but all the idea about behind the Web3, so it's really hard to damage, right? It's really hard to trick. It's very hard to change the facts. So that's why he proposed this, and the idea is that you can't transfer this. You can't send someone the fact that you were graduated from her because it's connected to your personality.
Yeah.
So, and it's like you log in somewhere, like you're trying to apply for a job, and they already see all your kind of statuses connected to the blockchain. But it's a different story. Let's go back to the ticketing system. Yes, you can do this even without Web3. You can provide unique links to the people, to the persons, and they need to kind of log in with their email. So that's one. And the second question was about the conversation, the communication inside. So answer is yes. You can use a voice channel to communicate inside, and I think in the nearest future there will be a possibility, at least on our platform, to have a text chat, of course.